When I was a casual, I thought as a casual, I spoke like a casual, and I looked at boxing like a casual. But when I became a hardcore, I put away all those casual things. This is Michael Rogers, and welcome to Bodywork Boxing. Welcome back! It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. Oh my goodness, man! I was taken back by this recent news. I think Charlo got some real smoke, and you already know about the age well games and how I had noted the first time around. I ain't even bothered this time around to talk about how Andrade just blatantly ducked Janibek and all the real possibilities as to why he really wanted to leave 160, but the young dude, Janibek, is making his move, and he came out, according to this article by Robert Siegel yesterday on Boxing News 24. He came out, it says, Janibek calls out Jermall Charlo for unification fight at 160. Newly crowned WBO middleweight champion Janibek wasted no time in calling out WBC 160-pound belt holder Jermall Charlo today after being elevated to the new champion with the World Boxing Organization this week. Charlo, 32-0 with 22 knockouts, likely will ignore Janibek's call-out as only risky fights he's interested in taking are against Canelo Alvarez and Triple G. Those are fights that would pay Jermall a mountain of money. I don't know how we're going to jump to that conclusion, but I'm going to let it slide because this is the source of the article. The 2016 Olympian Janibek, 12-0, 8 knockouts, was moved from interim WBO champion to full champion after Demetrius Andrade opted to vacate his 160 belt after being ordered to fight the hard-hitting Kazakh southpaw. So there you go, you see the home cooking right there. Predictably, Janibek will be ignored by Jermall and Triple G in the same way that Demetrius had been. Janibek is too dangerous for his own good, and Triple G and Charlo are getting older and focusing on going after the money fights. Like Janibek, Andrade was excited and idealistic after capturing the WBO 160-pound belt in 2018. However, by 2022, Andrade realized that there was nothing for him at 160 aside from title defenses against obscure opposition that the boxing public had no interest in watching. Ooh, there's so much in that little paragraph that I kind of want to deep dive into. But, I mean, Andrade created a lot of his own problems. Where you sign, backing out of fights. I mean, it's only so much. At some point in time, it's like, I felt like Janibek was a statement to be made. And he ducked that statement twice. And now that he gave up his belt, it's a new guy with the belt. And to be honest, Triple G never was saying Charlo. He waited almost 2 years to fight Murata, and in the boxing world was okay with that. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish reading this article. I would pick Janibek over any middleweight in the world, said top-ranked boss Bob Arum. He is a southpaw with tremendous power and will reign over the division for a very long time. Arum could be right about Janibek reigning for a long time at 160, particularly if none of the top guys are interested in fighting him. The middleweight division would get interesting if fighters like Jermall, Charlo, Sebastian Fundora, Errol Spence Jr., and Terrence Crawford moved up in weight. I'd have no issue fighting Jermall Charlo for his WBC title, said Janibek. We both are champions, so let's unify the belts. Charlo would be easy work for me. Easy work. And he knows that. Champions should fight other champions. It's too bad the other so-called champions do not feel that way. It would be in Charlo's best interest to fight Janibek, but he's not going to do it because the match is too risky, and he's not about to mess it up. Chances for a Canelo cash out fight. Demetrius Andrade had no interest in fighting me. I wanted to fight him because I knew I would knock him out. He ran away to super middleweight to avoid fighting me, said Janibek. I want to go back to this part. He said it would be in Charlo's best interest to fight Janibek, but he's not going to do it because the match is too risky, and he's not about to mess up his chances for a Canelo cash-out fight. I had to go back to that paragraph. I stumbled over it because my brain didn't really want me to read that out loud. But we don't know. That's my take. We don't know right now. We have to really wait on Jermall Charlo and see, how he looks at this. I mean, this is not like the 147 where everybody's, a lot of the guys are looking at Boots in this like Sasquatch feed. This is like if Boots had a belt. Like somebody let's say Bud just said, all right, fuck it. He just got up and just left his, and just gave his belt to Boots. I don't really see Earl doing nothing like that. I don't even want to put that out there. But let's just say somebody moved up to avoid him and actually gave Boots a belt. This is Boots. Then Boots would be like, his stock value will go up a lot more. Because contrary to popular belief, the fighters make the belts. But I don't see why we can't get Jermall Charlo and Janibek. I really wanted to see Janibek and Andrade. I thought that would have been a daggone good fight. Janibek is a hard-hitting southpaw. That's one of the key points that this article said. I'm a big Jermall Charlo fan. Some of the dilemmas, dealing with some boxers, especially like being like a Tank fan, you don't really ever hear, like every time you hear from it's another person asking them a question, or you hear other people talking about them, but you don't really ever get to hear straight up from them. And sometimes until they announce fights, you really don't know what's going on. You hear tea leaves, and you got your inkling, and you can kind of rule people out and things like that. But we don't know where Jermall Charlo stands. This is totally different. I know it's still a network thing. It's still a network thing, a promotional thing. But Charlo gotta look at this like, hey, this is a champion. He's a champion now. It's no history. It's a champion, and man, if he could go in there, whoever come out and win that fight would be another notch on a huge notch on the belt in the division. That'd be Unification, and then we would have known, Triple G. We don't know what he's gonna do at 160 with them belts, but I want to hear from Jermall about this. I think that this is an opportunity, a huge opportunity now, and I would love to know what everybody think about this. But we already know why Andre really moved. It would have been nice to see him in Big Mall, but let's see. Anyways, that's the update, man. I think this is a unification bout. This would move Jermall. This is an incentive because this would move Jermall closer to Mel, and this would be in a unification. This is something he would get up for. He would get up for this fight, and this is a fight that he probably would have to get up because this young dude looked like he got something to prove. And what a statement to make, Big Maul. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the likes, the comments, the subscriptions here at Body Work Boxing, where we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
Alright, I believe you. But my Tommy gun don't. Get down on your knees and tell me you love me.
My words, I do what I do. He knows what I'm about to tell him right now. It's Mr. Keep running your mouth. That's what I do.
I just feel like I'm the champ, and at the end of the day, I'm just a fighting motherfucker. doesn't matter. Inside, outside, I can just fight. So I just feel like if it gets down to the wire, we gotta lock it up. I'm out on top.
Hey, look, as you can see how I'm looking, I stay solid. I'm always solid. I stay fuck solid up, man. You know what I'm saying? To the fans and all that.
You jump outside the ring in the fighter, like I said before, ain't no safety on the clock, so